Oh. Theo! The timer went off and your break is over.
I finished all those subjects and this is my first break. That should be like 50 minutes.
I'll give you 3 more minutes. The struggle will be real out here, y'all. Schooling so many different people, I don't necessarily get to focus my attention on one person. I haven't mastered facilitating the different learning opportunities. My mind automatically thinks algebraic, unknown, solving an equation. But with the way that he was able to think about the problem, a picture was a better idea. Getting these kids to think on their own is probably one of my greatest challenges. And when there's so many different minds that work in so many different ways, sometimes the approach to take when helping them develop an understanding is like, had that been someone else, they may have been able to just in their brain, it automatically would have been whatever, and it would have been the opposite problem, where I've been like, he would have got the correct answer, and I've been like, how'd you get that? And then he wouldn't want to explain it to me. With Raya, we have to let him lead. Otherwise, it's going to be a battle. We have discovered that if he finishes all of math, even if it's just 2 things, or even all of writing and grammar, if it's just 1 thing, he gets a 10-minute break. Then he gets to come back and choose the next subject. Right now, he has chosen to do music, which is not productive, but it's productive because it is something that he has to do every day, practice music.
Dad.
Play it like you played it this morning.
Okay.
I love that Raya has taken a lot of pride in playing the piano. It was something that it just seemed like he was kind of interested in, and I know music is something that really gets him going. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, even when he's supposed to be working on his own assignments or his own stuff for music, he is working on his own songs that he's writing himself.
However, I feel like there's a different order, but we have to just let him go at his own pace. Anywho, I'm about to grade his test.
Done. Thank you.
86, 19, 75, 40. He missed one.
What did you get?
Why does it matter? What did you get?
Why does that matter?
I'm always surprised when I hear what comes out of the kid's mouth when I'm not around. I'm often like, you thought you was gonna get away with that? That's what I just really be thinking.
Me, even though he was lazy. Now, let's see if he lets me go over the ones he missed with him. Do you want to go over your test?
No.
So, we have been sick. There are 6 of us in this family.
7.
Including the dog, there's 7 people in this family. And I don't know who brought the sickness into the house, but because the sickness had to make it through all 6 of us, we have been sick for probably over 2 weeks.
It was Uzi.
I believe it was Uzi as well. I'm saying all that to say that we are behind 2 weeks of school, and we are trying to catch up. So Theo now has to redo an assignment so that he can understand the next assignment.
See, here's the...
Tell him, what's the problem?
You.
I'm the problem?
No.
Homeschooling is hard work. Being a mother in and of itself is hard work, being a stay-at-home mom. But when you add the component of homeschooling onto it, it just kind of starts to compile. It's one of those things where I know that there are certain rhythms and there are certain routines and systems that I have to have in place and be consistent about enforcing in order to make the days easier, but I'm not always great at that. However, I do think there is a extreme amount of grace that I have to learn to extend to myself and to my kids, because without that, I would have quit a long time ago. Do you want to talk about tall tales?
Sure.
Okay, tall tales are stories that are not true. He had long legs as tall as the trees in his backyard. Every day he wanted to come into his home, but he was too tall. Now you have to write your own tall tale, which I think you're going to do an excellent job at because you're pretty good with your imagination. So you need to be thinking about a character. You need to have one hero.
I know who's gonna be the hero.
Who's your hero gonna be?
Me!
Okay.
I love to eat!
Right, what's happening?
I shoot fire from my fist. I tell the future.
There we go. Okay. I would call the character Bo instead of Uriah.
Hey!
Okay. You know what we should have done? What the heck?
We're gonna be at the dragon's castle fighting. The hero farted, the villain fainted. The hero said the smell was as bad as 1,000 skunks.
So the hero's superpower now is a death fart?
Yeah. Basically.
It sounds great, right? It's actually really good.
Hi.
Okay, what do you have? Even in the hard moments, there are some bright spots. Like today, watching Raya get excited about his tall tale story was super sweet because I know that he is someone who enjoys reading and he's got a really good imagination. Like one of the things that Raya does well is he plays with his brother and sister with the action figures and the dinosaurs and the Barbies, and he's got a really good imagination. And the way that he enjoys reading, I could totally see him becoming an author at some point in his future. So watching him kind of brighten up during that portion of our lesson was super sweet. I feel like the thing that keeps me persevering in my homeschool journey is the ability to get to know and watch my children's brains work in a different way. I will not lie and tell you that it's easy with 4 kids. It's challenging, which is why I'm super grateful for Lexi being here to help me. I would say to the future Yvette, it's worth it. One day at a time, one lesson at a time. I would say don't give up on yourself. You got this. Even within the challenges, there are some sweet moments. I recently went to a homeschooling conference and there was a panel of women that were speaking about homeschooling, and one of the women said they only have one mother. You know, they can have several different teachers. And so I think sometimes, even though you start down a journey, not being afraid to consider other options. For example, I have Lexi sometimes teach lessons or help facilitate the kids getting their assignments completed. We're doing a hybrid model right now, so 2 days a week they go to another teacher. And every year of homeschooling has looked different for us, so I feel like next year could be completely different. But I would just say that if you are feeling discouraged on your homeschooling journey, find some ways to relieve yourself of some of those responsibilities and enlarge your capacity. There are co-ops, there are drop-off options, there are different charters that are homeschool charters for homeschool families. There are lots of things out there to explore in order to make it easier for yourself and more enjoyable for your children so that you can show up with a larger capacity and more joy, love, patience, and kindness in your heart. You still have food in your mouth. Did you finish eating? She doesn't want you on her.
Subscribe.
During this entire season, I think I've learned that my wife and I, are in two different places, you know what I mean? And we're both in, challenging season. It doesn't mean they're bad seasons or whatever. It's just challenging. Like, we're having to discover new levels and new gears that we didn't know we had, new problem-solving solutions that we didn't have. We had to lean on the community more. And I just wanted to let you guys know that in this time, I would love to see a lot more people being more patient with themselves. I know how difficult the holiday season can be and how much we can overthink a lot of our relationships, complicate a lot of our processes to fit in festive things, even if we don't feel like it. And so be gentle with yourself. Give yourself permission to be cautious and gentle with you. Those of you who are new here, you're probably expecting some holiday content, and we're going to postpone our regular schedule to give you guys some holiday stuff, right? So you'll get updates on Theo, his hockey stuff. You'll get updates on, what Raya's going to do, and Anaya's development, and more homeschool content and all that stuff after the holiday season, because right now we have so many dope videos for you about to drop right now. I'm super excited. I'm interested to know how you guys like the new documentary format where we sit down and we do interviews during the actual video. I'm really excited about that too. I think that's dope. Things are progressing along in my office and stuff like that. But I wanted to touch base with you guys and let you guys know that we do have holiday content coming soon. Happy holidays. Thank you guys for watching. Protect your life, keep the network popping. If you're fortunate enough to be doing life with someone else, make sure you watch this video with them. If they're not around, share it with them. See y'all next time.
Hello.
Peace.
Hello. Hello.